Hey guys, welcome back to episode 11 of Sports and Stuff. I'm here with my man Riley again. We're recording in beautiful Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where your Tar Heels are currently number 5 in the nation, but soon to be rising. Riley, what do you think?
What do I think about my Tar Heels?
What do you think in general? Just
Dude.
how's it going?
This is going pretty swell.
Yeah.
So, swell, also known as well. It can use interchangeably. So well.
It's a contraction.
Yes. No, it's good. We got a Saturday here, or Sunday. Sorry, we had a Saturday.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. But now we're less than a week away from spring break. We got our Tar Heels are gonna have a 1 seed on Monday, a preliminary 1 seed. And we got the Duke game less than a week away. But we can't forget about BC.
You're right. It seems like we tried to forget about Clemson.
Yeah, we tried.
But we pulled it out because...
hopefully Roy's okay.
Yep. It was a scary scene down in South Carolina for Roy Williams, but he'll be back. Hopefully by BC, I heard that he was fine and could have started coaching again that game, but then we were on a run and he didn't want to jinx it. That's what I saw on Twitter. Could be complete bullshit, but I'll let you be the judge of that. We got a pretty good lineup today. Did you want to say something?
No, I'm just leaning in.
Okay.
Listening.
We got a pretty decent lineup today. First thing that we haven't talked about enough, I think, is the NBA. We talked about it a lot early on a few weeks ago, but it's been tossed under the rug when the NFL was heating up, and then the rivalry week was going on. So Riley, tell me, Warriors still the best team in the league, as we said they would be. Who do you see as some true contenders to beat the greatest team ever assembled?
In a 7-game series, I'm assuming.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, I guess you have to look first at the opposite number 1 seed, and the only team to clinch the playoffs so far, and that's the Milwaukee Bucks. And they don't get talked about much, honestly, for being this far ahead of everyone else. But can they actually beat the Warriors in a 7-game series? I don't know. I look more towards the West, honestly, when I look at their threats.
Really?
Just because the East, while the East is, they have a lot of talent. I don't know. There's just not a team that.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
I think you're looking over the Bucks too much. I mean, this is an unbelievably talented squad and a very complete roster. There's guys on the team, Brook Lopez, Ilyasova, Mirotic, and soon to be Paul Gasol. These big foreign white guys that can spread the floor. I think that's how you have to beat the Warriors, is with size and length, and because you're not going to outpace them, you're not going to outshoot them. LeBron tried to outpace them, Houston tried to outshoot them, and it just doesn't work. You really just have to play good, solid defense, and I think that's what the Bucks do. I also wouldn't count out another Eastern team called the Philadelphia 76ers.
I appreciate that.
And the reason is Tobias Harris being on the roster now. I think that makes them a much more complete team. And if, it's going to take a miracle for anyone, especially the Sixers. But if somehow Joel Embiid can take himself to a next level in the playoffs, sort of a LeBron-esque next level where we see him kind of take over games more, I don't think that it's impossible. Anybody else in the East, there's fat chance. Celtics, no way.
So, my thing about the East is, in my opinion, it's pretty unclear who's actually going to make it from the East.
Yeah, it's a crowded field.
And I don't know. I just feel like you could have a team make it out of the East that maybe isn't. Maybe they matched up well enough to beat the Bucks or beat a team in the East, but are
i.e. the
just
Celtics.
exactly that are just not going to match well at all with the Warriors, and they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, looking at it from a lens of like, okay, I get to pick whoever makes the Eastern Conference or makes the finals, then obviously the Bucks with their defense. I don't know. I feel like the Warriors. I mean, besides Giannis, down low, post play. What do the Bucks have?
I mean, they're Giannis is their post presence essentially. I mean, they'll have Gasol. Hopefully, that's the rumor. Is Paul Gasol will be there. Brook Lopez, but once again, these guys are meant to stretch the floor and create spacing. So they do run a lot of slashing plays with Bledsoe and Middleton. Obviously, Giannis is a beast everywhere on the court besides from beyond three, but they have players to make up for that lackluster part of his game. Malcolm Brogdon can lock up anyone on the Warriors besides Kevin Durant, but Giannis is gonna be guarding him anyways. I don't know. I think they have a good chance. But you're absolutely right. It's a much shorter trip for a Western team to beat them because they could get knocked off in the first or second round, or even in the Western Conference Finals. It's really easy for the Bucks or Sixers to slip up in the East. So if we're going likelihood, the Warriors aren't going to lose. But if we are picking, 1 7-game series, any time who's going to win, I think that the Bucks have the best chance. The Warriors are still going to win, but the Bucks have the best chance.
Bucks have the best chance out of everybody.
I think so. It's either them or the Rockets, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think the Rockets. I know that they haven't played up to what they were last year, but when it really comes, like, they almost beat the Warriors. They should have beat the Warriors last year, where they're up 3-2.
Right.
Blew the series. Shot some terrible percentage from three. And I know you say you're not supposed to outshoot the Warriors, but I feel like if you don't try to outshoot them or you don't try to outscore them, then you're just kind of praying for a bad shooting night. Because my argument is, even if the Bucks are playing great defense, my argument is those players on the Warriors, it almost doesn't matter the defense. It just matters, like, Steph Curry's either hot or he's not.
Well, yeah, you're right. To win basketball games, especially in the NBA, you have to put up points. But, the approach that Houston had with Golden State was not, let's play the hardest defense we can and then go, try to shoot with them. It was, nobody's playing defense on the court. Warriors.
And you're talking about last year?
Yeah, last year. This year the Rockets have had their number in the regular season, but Golden State doesn't. Honestly, I get the vibe that Golden State does not give one shit about the regular season.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
and they shouldn't.
No, yeah, they've learned from LeBron that, you don't have to go so hard in the regular season. Because, when they were 73-9, their players were exhausted, And LeBron, he coast in like the 4 seed spot and then wins the conference. And I think Golden State has learned that it's not all about regular season feats. It's just getting your foot in the door and then turning it on. But they just know they can turn it on. So
I don't know. When I look at matching up with the Warriors, because first of all, part of the hard part for me is just I think there's no way any team's going to. But I look at matchups, and to me, it doesn't really seem like the Bucks have any favorable matchups except for Giannis.
You would call Giannis on KD a favorable matchup?
I think Giannis, yeah, I'd say that's their only favorable matchup. Would you say KD is more favorable?
I think whoever has the ball is more favorable, and that I don't think either of them can guard the other one. I don't know. I think going about it from matchups is one way to look at it, but that's not how the Bucks play. and because they don't have that star power, so they have to play good team ball, and so I think the Bucks as a unit aren't like the Warriors where it's just a collection of talent.
But if you're going to talk about defensively, like, it's not like people in the NBA are playing zone. Like, they're playing one-on-one.
Well, yeah, but, there's a lot more schematics to an NBA defense than one-on-one. He has the ball. Good luck guarding him. There's rotations. There's baseline switches. There's,
Right.
There's a whole methodology to it. And the fact that the Bucks have acquired, so much length defensively, help defense is so much easier to play, and the passing lanes are so much smaller. Room for error against them offensively is very slim. So,
to me, I just feel like we've kind of seen this team before with maybe so like we've seen teams that don't have stars and they're just kind of like build up of nobodies, and in this case there's Giannis, not nobodies, but like role players that are outplaying maybe what most people would say is their potential,
i.e. Tim Duncan Spurs is what I was going to say.
Okay, I was going to say the Atlanta Hawks from a couple of years ago, but they didn't have the Giannis factor. 2 or 3 years ago, the Atlanta Hawks they had Horford, and then they had a bunch of.
Well, I don't know. They had a lot of
no all-stars.
upper tier players, so I guess you're right.
They maybe had one all-star. So
your principal stance.
Right, and they get swept in the East by LeBron. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I was about to say.
And it's just because these regular season teams. This is what's killing me. I guess I'm used to LeBron being in the East. I know he's not there anymore, but these regular season East teams that have been the top of the conference going in the playoffs the last 6 years, for the most part, just don't last into the playoffs. In general, like, look on the other side. Regular season team in Denver, but no one's really giving them any chance to make a
That's
full
fair.
run.
That's fair.
And
I think that's a comparable team to the Bucks.
Yeah, exactly. Like Denver and the Bucks, it's kind of like, well, I think Bucks are better because they have Giannis. Like, they have the true superstar. But these teams just don't seem to last, because I think when it really comes down to the playoff factor, if you're playing a team like the Warriors with all those superstars and you don't have somebody to I know it's not matchups, but to just answer a Kevin Durant, like, going like just draining 3 after 3 or getting to the rim, or Steph Curry just making 10 threes in a game. Like, if you don't have someone to just answer that, because it's hard to control Steph Curry just going off.
Yeah. So maybe you would think that a team like Boston would be a better matchup.
Possibly, because Boston has, I mean, but they just have Kyrie. Are you going to say Jason Tatum's a superstar?
I mean, no.
Exactly.
Well, then Houston, then.
Yeah, that's my point. Houston, you have CP3, you have James Harden. I mean, that's kind of it. But
yeah, Eric Gordon is there to shoot.
Right, and you got players around them that kind of complement them. I just feel like a Giannis needs another superstar to really compete.
Kawhi to the Bucks.
Holy shit! Yeah, see, that happened to be over. If Giannis had a ball handler superstar,
LeBron to the Bucks,
it'd be over. Yeah, LeBron might need to go to the Bucks.
True. Giannis to the Lakers. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. Fuck Anthony Davis.
I'd rather have Giannis right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're saying if it has to be an East team, we're going Bucks. But if I guess it's any team, it's the Rockets.
And to the comment about my Sixers, and we're about to move on, but yeah, Joel would have to play ungodly. And honestly, I think we're a Ben Simmons jump shot away from that being a real possibility.
So 3 years, do you think?
Well, are we going to have Tobias in 3 years? I hope so. I love Tobias Harris. I think he fits really well.
He's better than Jimmy, I think, right now.
Yeah, oh, definitely. But to people, all right. Here's kind of a hot take of mine about Jimmy Butler because everyone hates on Jimmy Butler. He's actually a good teammate. He's a good teammate, but in the NBA they don't like it because he actually challenges people and makes them work hard, and they don't like being told what to do because they've been superstars their whole life. No one tells them what to do,
and they're getting punked by Jimmy Butler. That's what you think?
I'm saying he's challenging him. He's like, look, Ben Simmons, you need to work on your free throws and work on your jump shot. Like, what are you doing? Like, you need to work harder. Look, Karl Anthony Towns, you don't work hard. Like, you need to do this and this.
Yeah, I could see that with the Bulls roster and the Wolves roster because obviously Andrew Wiggins has kind of been a get to the league and coast sort of guy. I don't see much different in Karl Anthony Towns, to be honest. I mean, he's still, he's definitely a top 15 player in the league, I would say, Karl Anthony Towns.
But his defense is terrible.
Yeah. I don't know about the Sixers because it seems like Joel's that same sort of guy. And, Ben seems like a hard working guy to me too.
But like, see, that's why I don't feel like there's been as much of a problem in Philly. There were a couple reports, but I think what that is those are still young players, and
with attitude,
they're gonna have an attitude. Like Ben Simmons, I love Ben Simmons, but if you remember back in the draft, he was like said he didn't want to play for the Sixers, and he was like, I'm not, I don't want to be drafted by a bad team, etc. I don't know, just. He has an attitude. He's like, I'm a winner. I should be on a winning team. He's like, and then he wouldn't participate in, different things. He's had kind of a little bit of attitude. So any player goes number one overall, is gonna have a little bit of an ego, and especially when you're young, you gotta kind of tone that. You gotta realize you gotta humble yourself a little bit. I think that's what Jimmy Butler tries to do, and that's why people get annoyed. But I think maybe he did that. Now the Sixers have kind of like gotten used to it. But that's just my thing. Because if you think about Jimmy Butler's career, he was nobody. Was he even drafted?
I don't know.
I don't think so. He was either second round or he wasn't drafted. And he was nobody. Then he was only on an NBA roster because he could play defense. And he worked so hard at playing defense. And then he had to work a couple years to get his jump shot and his offensive game up. And then he finally worked behind D Rose on the Bulls. And then eventually he became that guy. And it took him and he would come in at 4 a.m. and be the first guy there, last guy to leave, and work to get to where he is. So when he sees people like Ben Simmons or like Karl Anthony Towns that have just all this talent and physical gift, he's like, you got to work harder or you could be this. You're this right now. You could be this.
Yeah.
And that's why I think he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
So Jimmy Butler is the new league MVP.
Good teammate.
Hot takes. You heard it here first. Jimmy Butler is a guy you want to start your franchise with because he has a chip on his shoulder.
All right.
Speaking of guys you want to start your franchise with, here's one who wouldn't crack that list. Cole Beasley of the Dallas Cowboys wants $20 million in his next contract guaranteed. How about you suck my dick, Cole? You are not that good. $20 million? Are you serious, dude?
AB's made 17 the past 2 years.
Are you kidding me, Cole? You're not even number one receiver on your team, bro. Your cheeks. You're like a Julian Edelman wannabe. And Julian Edelman isn't worth $20 million. I would tell Julian Edelman to kick rocks if he said he wanted $20 million.
Really?
Yes.
Because he's so replaceable.
Yes. Yeah. You're a scrappy white dude, man. There's nothing special about you. I cannot believe when I read that, I was taken aback. The audacity of Cole Beasley to ask for $20 million.
Did you see his behind the back catch?
Dude, he could have caught it with his butt cheeks. It could have been a laser beam at his asshole, and he could have caught it. Not worth $20 million to me. I couldn't believe that. Let's make fun of Cole Beasley like we made fun of Le'Veon Bell at media.
Yeah.
Come on. Cole Beasley's an idiot for that.
Yeah.
There's no way he uses that much hair gel.
Cole Beasley. What did he say? In Twitter, he's like something about front office decisions is why he didn't get the ball as much. Nah, you didn't get the ball as much because you're just not that good. Amari Cooper's so much better than you.
You're a tiny target, and you are not that athletic.
But dude, Cowboys fans love Cole Beasley.
That's because Cowboys fans are perennially racist.
Jesus.
It's a fact.
They're delusional. That's what they are.
It's a fact.
Just like, dude, Cole Beasley, man? He's a freaking beast. Take him on it.
He's literally not.
Take him on my team any day of the week.
First round draft pick, Cole Beasley. Also, Jason Witten coming back. For what? For what? Why is
For
Jason...
a championship, man. Says the Cowboys.
Good God. They can't win their freaking division. Like
They did.
They won?
Yeah.
That's because the NFC East is ass. Yeah, I can't believe you let the Cowboys win the division.
Dude, you know how many injuries we had?
You won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you didn't win the division. You let the Cowboys win it. I mean, it's
First
not
of
on.
all,
It can't be on Eli's shoulders.
We won. Eli. He's coming back, Giants. So, anyway, all right. Well, first of all, we won a Super Bowl, so good point, Dallas. Not even close.
Dallas sucks.
Dallas,
I freaking hate the Cowboys.
Dude, I hate the Cowboys. No, but we had a bunch of injuries, still squeaked our way in the playoffs, and almost made it further than the Cowgirls. I say it was a successful season for the Birds, but
why did Jason Witten unretire? By the way.
Okay, first of all, why is everyone acting like his addition to the Cowgirls is going to like make them a Super Bowl contender?
He was butt his last
He was so... Dude, he probably runs like a 6.5 to 10 second 40-yard dash. Somewhere between that range. I'm not sure which one. He's literally a lineman that can catch.
Yep.
Yeah, because he can block, great. But you're literally like, you better not try to use him. In today's NFL, tight ends have to be faster than like your dad, you know?
Yeah, Jason Witten is basically my dad.
Yeah. I think the real thing is that he realized how terrible he was as an announcer and decided he should go back to football.
Tony was really showing him up there.
Oh yeah. I mean, what did he say? Who was it? It was in the Pro Bowl, and Patrick Mahomes threw a pass to someone who's not on the Chiefs. I can't think of it who it was, but then he was like,
"Oh yeah, it was Jared Cook."
Yeah,
right.
He was like, yeah. He's like, these guys used to doing this all year long.
That was Eric Ebron. It was Eric Ebron. Crib.
Yeah.
Go Heels.
Crib.
Eric Ebron is the best tight end in the league.
Whoa.
Go Heels.
Whoa.
Mitch Trubisky should have been Rookie of the Year.
What?
Or MVP. He's not a rookie.
Wait.
He should have been MVP. He got snubbed. Eric Ebron, best tight end in the league.
Dude, best tight end of all time.
Jeff Saturday is the greatest lineman to grace a field.
Dude.
Facts. Go Heels.
Dude, who's that terrible, really good backup quarterback? He used to play for the Texans. Yates. TJ Yates.
TJ Yates.
Best quarterback.
TJ Yates, a.k.a. Joe Montana's, pimp.
Yeah. Tom Brady
wishes he was TJ
Yeah.
Yates. Tom Brady wishes he was Nate Elliott.
Dude, Nate? Where you think he's going?
He's going to Arkansas State.
You think he's going 1 in the draft?
Oh.
Or you think he's going...
No.
Or you think he's going...
I think he's probably going to get drafted, before the draft. Because people are going to, want him so bad that they can't. He's going to get paid billions. Yeah. It's going to be the first $1 billion contract.
Yeah, dude, that guy's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you see his performance against, every game this year,
Yeah.
dude, I'm pretty sure that he at least completed a couple passes to the other team every single
He
game.
definitely completed a pass or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the other team.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just, I mean, if you got a quarterback that's just going to be like that generous and just
Yeah, he's a real
good-hearted,
team
man.
player.
Yeah,
He
even
wants
team, but-
success for all 22 guys on the field.
yeah, exactly. He's not just
Find me a
he's
more
not-
selfless
he's not
quarterback
an
than that.
advocate for just the team. He's advocate for the game itself.
Yeah. He says, "Oh, we might win. I want to give the other team a chance."
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
that competitive. It's that
Exactly. He's
competitive
like,
spirit.
I want the challenge.
Yeah, he's like, "Put me down 40."
That's why against Miami, the whole theory was the reason why he threw like 4 pick sixes was not because he wasn't trying to. He was actually trying to.
Obviously wanted to do that.
He dug the 40-point hole, and then if freaking idiot coach Fedora hadn't have pulled him out of the game,
He was going to score 50
come
straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm glad you realize that too. Something people don't.
We love you, Nate. We're going to miss you.
Yeah, I hope you don't listen to that, Nate.
Nah, I like Nate. He's nice. And,
That's what I'm saying. I hope you don't listen to that.
Yeah.
You seem like a nice guy.
and you were an upgrade from Chaz.
Yeah. Yep.
Forever an upgrade from Chaz.
Forever an upgrade from Chaz. I'm pretty sure he had more turnovers than completions. Actually, I'm 100% sure.
Let's talk about a similar situation to that. Blake Bortles, goodbye.
Oh,
Big Dick Nick is going to Jacksonville.
Yep.
I think that is a huge, huge step for Jacksonville.
Okay.
Huge step in the right direction. Finally making moves to win. They have the roster to win. Nick is experienced. He's not awful like Blake Bortles is. They have the defense. If they can get him playing inspired ball like they were playing 2 years ago, and then my Patriots ripped their hearts out completely, destroyed Saxonville in one game.
That was a close game.
It was, but they absolutely blew it, and Tom Brady took a dump on him, big time. He carved him up. Saxonville was no more. They thought they had him, they didn't, and then they lost by 4. Get wrecked. So then the Blake Bortles saga continues to last year, and it begins with everyone still.
Huge extension.
Yeah, everybody was still on board. They were on the Blake train. The fans.
Who's everybody? Because I just want.
Well, the front office, obviously, and then there is Blake Bortles is a meme essentially for those of you who don't know, and people love Blake Bortles on the internet. Non-critical thinkers, followers, love Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
They say he's the GOAT, and things of that nature. As a meme,
Yes.
I'll never behave in that manner. It's disrespectful.
Look. Okay, Blake Bortles is gone. You say it's a big step. So here's, I guess, 2 questions. A, how big of a step? Like, does that mean winning division? Does that mean AFC Championship? And then B, what kind of step up or down does Nick Foles' play go from where his play was in Philly?
I think that Nick Foles' play is going to drop. But, we might see, some Nick Foles of years past. Not the previous 2 years, obviously. Which is, I'm not saying he's going to be a great quarterback. He certainly won't be the best in his division or conference. See Andrew Luck and Deshaun Watson for that title. But I think that with an actual good an actual decent quarterback who doesn't hurt the team actively, I'm gonna say the ceiling for Jacksonville. I could see them contending for the AFC title. I really do.
Wow.
I mean that's going to be one of the best divisions in football in the coming years. When it comes to the Texans, I wouldn't even count out the Titans because they're growing. They're getting better.
AB's
AB might be there. Andrew Luck is a great player, and the Colts are making dramatic moves.
Yeah, Frank Wright's a really good coach.
Yeah, I see them as Super Bowl contenders in the next 5 years. But Jacksonville, they were on the cusp of glory 2 years ago, and they were a quarterback away.
Okay, but here's my thing. Do you feel like they were a quarterback away last year, the way they played?
Well, no, but the reason they weren't is because the chip was gone. The locker room lost faith.
So
and
now you think that chip's back.
I like to think it will be. I mean, I don't know that. The signing isn't even official, but I think that if they can put the right people in place, they have the roster, and now they have the quarterback that can take them where they couldn't go before.
Yeah, so I agree. Nick Foles' plays is, I don't think it will be where it was in Philly. He needs a very specific situations around him and players around him and coaches around him and a system to play with him, to play at that level that we've seen the past couple of years. But he still is, I think, a starting quarterback in this league.
I agree.
And Jacksonville's a great fit because you got supposedly a really good defense behind him. I say supposedly because they played terrible last year.
Real
as a
bad.
Defense. So they're gonna have to figure that out on the defensive side and somehow figure out what they did right 2 years ago that they didn't do last year. And they got to figure out. They got to figure out Leonard Fournette. Is he going to be healthy?
Yeah.
Because obviously that really hurt them there too. But if Leonard Fournette's going like he was going 2 years ago, and the defense is going like it was going 2 years ago, then absolutely Nick Foles is a huge upgrade over Blake Bortles. And if they went all the way to the AFC Championship 2 years ago with Blake Bortles, you got to think they can make do that again and then even make it to the Super Bowl.
I mean, the roster isn't that different. The biggest hole in the roster is the pass rush from the edge because they lost Fowler.
Yeah, my thing is, I don't know.
But
I'm not ready to say like you are that they're going to compete for the AFC title just because of the way they played last year. Sometimes, like, are they going to sustain this defense we saw 2 years ago? Because you'll have defenses just have those years, and sometimes it's like, yeah, they got a lot of good players, but sometimes it's just things go your way. Like that running back fumbles the ball, and the ball happens to bounce the right way, so you pick it up. Like the ball gets tipped up, and your guy happens to be under there to pick it off. Like sometimes you just get more. A lot of defense success is triggered by turnovers, and sometimes teams just get lucky with turnovers. However, they were just shutting down teams 2 years ago, so I don't know. I would like to think they probably won't go back to 2 years ago, but they'll hopefully find a happy medium between last year and 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's an attitude thing, and, some of their superstars were very unhappy, i.e. Jalen Ramsey. I don't know. When they were winning, it was...
All was good.
All was good. And there is, a level of responsibility on the offense for there to be a good defense. And they were scoring, not as woefully 2 years ago, too.
Yeah.
Because, when the defense can be rested and gets off the field and the offense can at least sustain a long drive, that helps a lot. And we didn't see a lot of that from Jacksonville this year either. It was like 2 years ago, and Blake Bortles was finally playing ball, and then when it was time, down the stretch of the season, he just became Blake Bortles again.
Yeah. I guess it's just hard to me to look at that team that got 4, 5 wins last year, maybe 6, and then look at their division that we just talked about,
right? And
say, yeah, that's the team that's going to come out of that division just because you make a quarterback change.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to say that they're for sure going to win, but I think that they now have the potential to. Whereas before that news broke,
You're saying Jags to the bowl? Is that what you're saying?
Super unbelievably early take. Jags to the bowl. Hold on to it, folks. We'll talk about it in 10 months.
Big Dick Nick with his second ring.
Jags to the bowl.
All right. Speaking of free agents, I'm sure none as impactful as Big Dick Nick is going to take the Jags to the bowl. But what? There's a lot of them out there.
Right.
Let's kind of talk about what you're seeing in this pool of free agents. Obviously, we got the crazy obvious ones and Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown's not a free agent, but essentially going to be on a new team. But when we're looking at true free agents, I guess really outside of Le'Veon Bell, give me your thoughts. If you're a GM, give me your thoughts on, what player do you have to have? Like, I'm not passing up on this guy. And I'm spending whatever money I got to spend to get this guy in free agency. Is there someone out there that would
Well,
make
yeah,
you do that?
there's a lot of exciting guys out there. There's names like Ndamukong Suh. We got guys like Jadeveon Clowney, D. Ford, Dante Fowler, DeMarcus Lawrence, Anthony Barr, Quan Alexander,
C.J. Mosley,
there's really big
Tyrann
guys.
Matthew, Earl Thomas, Landon Collins.
Yeah, that's just defense. When we look at offense, we got great running backs like Buck Allen, Amir Abdullah, Jay Ajayi. Mark Ingram is even a free agent.
Frank Gore. Obviously some of these guys are just going to sign back with their teams.
Right, yeah.
But from a free agent aspect, an ideal world if you can just pick one of these guys.
And then if you need a quarterback, there's Teddy Bridgewater there for the taking.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you could also have Old Man River, Brandon Whedon, who got drafted when he was 28 years old.
Or you could get Geno Smith.
Oh, man.
A beast.
Go Nears. West Virginia, baby. Big Nears guy.
Okay, I guess give me one offense, one defensive free agent that you got to have.
Okay, the most exciting guy for me defensively, well, there's really two, and they both play for the Houston Texans that I would really, really, really pursue, and that's Tyrann Mathieu and Jadeveon Clowney. Odds are they both re-sign with Houston, but if I'm a GM, I could not sleep at night knowing that I didn't at least reach out to these two camps. They're both young. They're both unbelievable athletes. They're beyond their position. I love guys like that that will do more than just play a role, essentially. They're electrifying and they're youthful. They both struggled with injury, but I think that defensively, if I'm a GM, it's one of those two guys. I have to get them.
Yeah.
I have to pursue them with, everything that I can.
Yeah, saying on defensive side, those two guys would be on my list as well. To not pick the same exact guys, I would also pursue two young guys, Landon Collins, Dante Fowler. Those are two guys I would love to have on my team. They're young in their careers. They're excellent at their positions. Landon Collins really the only piece of that Giants defense that stayed together at all during all that stuff that went on. And then Dante Fowler's just young. He didn't really have that crazy of a showing with the Rams.
Yeah, no, he had 4 sacks last season, which isn't great for a pass rusher, but he creates havoc.
But he's so young. And every pass rusher kind of has it's year to year.
Yeah, and he's a tone setter player more than anything. Like he leaves obvious footprints on games. Even if he's not racking up stats, he's a tremendous player.
Just for safeties alone,
the list of safeties is crazy.
Safeties is unreal. Landon Collins, HaHa Clinton-Dix, Tyrann Mathieu, Earl Thomas, right? Earl Thomas, Tyrann Mathieu, Landon Collins. Those are some studs.
Dear Philadelphia Eagles.
I know. That's why I'm looking at this.
Please, God, sign a safety.
Please.
Sign a safety.
Eagles. Earl's going to Dallas.
Probably.
Apparently.
Come on, Earl.
You're too good for Tyrann Mathieu, please.
There's Trey Boston. He's a good player.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Joyner's a great player.
Adrian Amos is really good, but I think he's just going to sign back with the Bears.
Kenny Vaccaro's not bad,
Jimmy Ward.
He's pretty good, too.
Okay.
So Philly's got to make a move.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got to sign
with
somebody.
their 0 salary cap, so that'll be fun.
Hey, they got rid of Nick.
Yeah, he didn't really save us that much money.
No, he wasn't getting paid very much.
Okay, offense side of the ball. Give me a guy. You got to have him. Besides the obvious, Lev Bell.
I'll tell you somebody who you might be surprised.
Okay.
A free agent that I'm definitely gonna reach out to is young receiver out of Duke University named Jamison Crowder.
Okay.
He is improving every year. He's making big steps. He's a great slot guy. And he's young. I could get him for cheap. And I think he's a good player. I've had him on my fantasy team a few times. I like him. I think Crowder's who I'm reaching out to.
Okay. So yeah, wide receivers, definitely my top pick would have to be Cole Beasley.
I'm paying him 30. I'm paying him $30 million.
Yeah, I mean, $20 million for that guy? That's a deal. No, going not wide receivers, running backs. Amir Abdullah would not be. I know
the Cornhusker.
He's young. The Lions don't want him anymore because they feel like they got their guy. He's a young, fast, shifty back. It would be a great third down addition to your team. I mean, he's not really going to be the answer all 3 downs, but he could really add a dynamic to all these teams that like these system 3, running back by committee type of style. He's a great little addition in there to have on third down.
He's a pass catching back too, which is awesome.
The rest of the running backs.
There's a lot. There's a lot of big names. Not exactly great players.
Yeah, because a lot of the other running backs are kind of aging or have injury history that would make me not want to spend a bunch on them, and that's probably why they're free agents.
Yeah, just to highlight a few, we said Amir Abdullah, but there's Buck Allen, Jay Ajayi, C.J. Anderson, Cameron Artis-Payne, obviously Le'Veon, LeGarrette Blount, Tevin Coleman, Jeremy Hill, Marshawn Lynch, Doug Martin.
Mike Davis had a good little showing with Seattle.
Latavius Murray wouldn't be a bad get. Rod Smith, Spencer Ware. He's kind of
Adrian Peterson.
Definitely sign old Adrian Peterson.
He used to be so good.
He was so good.
It was unreal.
Yeah, it was unreal. So yeah, we're gonna build our team starting with Cole Beasley and then moving on to some of the lesser guys like Earl Thomas and Tyrann Mathieu.
Because get those guys for $4 or $5 mil and just take the bulk of our hit with Cole Beasley in our salary cap.
Well, yeah, he obviously deserves it.
Yep.
I mean,
just look at his stats, his stature as a player out there. I mean, you could just look out there and be like, yeah, that guy's Cole Beasley.
Yeah, the way he plays, it just commands respect.
Oh yeah.
And he definitely is never critical of a front office, which is you like to see that. Jesus Christ, give me a break, Cole. $20 million? Are you serious? How stupid can you be, dude? It infuriates me. Okay.
Stuff.
Let's do a little bit of stuff. I don't know if you guys know this, but me and Riley hit the gym pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
Super hard. I worked out, I think, 3 times last week. Oh, my God.
3's more than 2, and 2's more than 1.
That is so... Hey, for those of you making fun of me, I'll tell you what. I'm running laps around the people sitting on the couch. Get roasted couch potatoes.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, do 10 push-ups right now. Get big.
Nah.
I'm going to listen to it later, and I'm definitely not doing 10 push-ups.
All right, so the gym, it's a very interesting place. If you think about it, you got a bunch of adults in one enclosed area lifting heavy objects so that they look more muscular with, most of the time, the end goal to look more attractive, I would say. I mean, some of it's like just overall health too, right?
Yeah, if you care about that sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, sure. It's an interesting place, right? Everyone's in here just lifting heavy objects, and these are like adults. Some are college students, some are like doctors and like lawyers and like real, just normal, like just professional people, and they're in here sweating, screaming.
Are you a screamer?
Absolutely not.
I hate it when I go to the gym and there's somebody yelling. I'm like, dude, take it easy. Like, if it's that hard, just don't do that much weight. Like, it's not gonna help you.
Or literally like just yelling to yell like, hey.
That's a set of curls. Let's go! Like, all right, man.
What about slamming weights?
The only way you should be able to slam weights is if you're deadlifting something real heavy.
Yeah.
And then, it's kind of a light flex.
Dude, like, you ever see...
It's yelling without yelling.
You see the shoulder, like, the shoulder press where you hold each side and kind of pull it together in the middle? Chest fly, I guess. Shoulder fly, whatever. If people will, like, take it and then they'll be done, and instead of just placing it back, they'll just go, let go of it. It goes, boom, and, like, just slams into the weights. And they just think it's the most badass thing.
Yeah. If you're on cables and you slam weights, it's either too light or you're a douchebag.
Yeah, there is no other alternative.
Slam free weights, all right? And if it's dumbbells, put them down. Just sit them down. But if you're cleaning or you're deadlifting something heavy, you know what? Drop it.
What about the people that are always on their phone in the gym?
That kills me. I don't even take my phone in the gym.
You don't listen to music?
There's music in the gym.
I gotta listen.
And I usually work out with someone, so
okay.
I talk to them. Yeah, people who sit down between reps and just like scroll through Twitter. I don't know how you do it. I would never get up.
Yeah, it's like do one set of curls. Oh yeah. All right, now let's go look on Instagram for 5 minutes. All right, time for my next set. Like,
yeah.
Either you're in that gym for like 3 hours to actually get a good workout, or you just do like 2 exercises.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's an interesting idea I've read on. Tell me your feelings about this. The idea of a gender segregated gym, saying that there are some people who think that gyms shouldn't be co-ed.
Why is that?
I think that some of it stems from the large percentage of sexual advances that happen at a gym, first of all, and then the principle that guys and girls kind of work out differently, which I think is kind of valid. And also, just to throw this out here, just as a PSA, if you hit on someone at the gym, you suck so hard. Like, people are going there to work out and like get in their zone. And a lot of people go there to relieve stress and, have personal time. And if you go there and you're, like, interrupting people's workouts, especially if you're interrupting them with, like, sexual advances, you suck so hard.
Yeah. I guess I never really thought about that being an issue of working out together. I could definitely, I don't know, I'm not the guy to go up to.
Absolutely not.
But here, alternatively, there are people that just chat in the gym, and like you have gym friends.
Yeah.
And if you have like a gym friend or you talk to somebody of opposite sex for a little while, and then maybe you ask them to dinner,
but that's way different.
Yeah,
sexual advance.
So what you're saying is like just walking up and like
just hitting on people in general.
Yeah,
like
just
at
like
the gym.
Walking up to them with the sheer goal of what? Like,
it honestly doesn't matter. Like,
just like what kind of things I'm saying. Like, is it okay to talk to people at all?
No, it's absolutely okay to talk to people. But when you're interrupting them, and like,
give me a comment.
Like if you were like, nice ass.
Whoa. Okay. Well, yeah, absolutely. That's not okay.
I mean, if you're like, hey, are you using that? Like, or pretty weather we're having. Yeah, I mean, you're fine.
Yeah.
But like, if you're advancing on someone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't go to the gym to talk to people, and I know that girls don't.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of like the idea of like.
I just know. I guess I'm just thinking of one specific example. So one of my roommate works out a lot, and he has like gym friends. So like I went to the gym with him today, and like 2 or 3 people were like, "Oh, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
Like, and then like a girl and talked to him too. Like, I don't know. Those are gym friends to me. He's gone on like a date before with a gym friend.
Okay, well, I think it's different when you have a pre-existing relationship with them. Even if the relationship is built at the gym, it doesn't mean you can't ask that person out. But if you just make like a cold call comment to someone, I just think I think it's kind of douchey.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like a comment like nice ass
or anything about their appearance or lifting tips.
You looking good.
Yeah, lifting tips.
Oh God, lifting tips.
Miss me with a lifting tips,
please. And it's not. That's just not like to hit on girls. Like guys will give lifting tips to other guys just because they think they're. Like I remember, I remember I literally watched this guy one time, and this was at the YMCA back in Goldsboro. He didn't work out like the whole time. He was just on like sitting down, maybe like doing a few like pushes and stuff with like a chest press, and he would just go up and just like criticize people. Well, not criticize, but give him like his notion of what they were doing wrong and what they should be doing right. I remember he came up to me and was like, I was like sitting on a machine, and you're supposed to like put a little stopper on the machine, it's really hard to describe on a podcast. But anyways, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, you better put that in or you're gonna fall, and then you're gonna fall, and then you're gonna get hurt, and then and the YMCA, you can't sue the YMCA, you can't do it. And I was like, all right, man.
Like, get out of here. If I fall and break my neck, that's my own business. If I tear something, own business.
Yeah. I don't know.
If I go to the gym and work out with you, sure, you can say, hey, your arm's lagging a little bit. But if you come up to me and cold call comment on my form, I'm gonna curl my fingers into a fist and knock you out.
Yeah.
Sports and stuff does not condone violence in any manner or fashion.
I don't know. The gym, it's just, that I don't know about a segregated gym, because I think a lot of people, when they go to the gym, it's not just like about like working out. Like they have, I don't know, the gym friends things just get like, like they like having.
Absolutely. I'm not arguing that there should be no co-ed gyms. I'm just saying that I think that sometimes it would be a good idea for there to be
a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't want to mandate anything.
Yeah.
But I do think that women and men work out differently. Different lifts, different weights, different, there's really different goals, body goals, for men and women, because women, like, on the standard woman, I'm not trying to generalize, but I'm going to generalize. Most women are trying to lengthen their muscles and get a nice tone. Most women aren't working for muscle mass, as a rule of thumb. And most guys are working the complete opposite. Like, there are guys that are trying to tone, but they want to get big first. If you tone and just get skinny, it's not really the essential body for a man. So I think that,
Oh, absolutely.
There's different lifts, different weights that men use that women don't, and vice versa.
Yeah, because if I go to the gym with Rachel, my girlfriend, it's like we walk in together and then we just don't see each other the rest of the time because we're doing completely different things.
I don't know. I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't.
No, not a bad idea. I think it would be bad that if every single gym mandated that. That'd be kind of sad. It's sad that there's. It's the issue that the guys are just going up and saying that.
Yeah.
But
it's not really a big issue on Carolina's campus. I don't think I've ever seen it happen, but
no.
I know other places it is.
Yeah.
And even beyond like talking, there are guys that will like stop and gawk at, a hot girl at the gym forever, and it's like has to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I know when I'm at the gym and the babes are just checking me out all day.
Yeah.
It really bothers me. I'm like, guys, get a life.
I can just imagine.
When they see a grown man curling 5 pounds and sweating profusely, man, that really they're just eyes locked on me.
Another thing I actually saw at the gym today, it's talking about gym friends, but there's also the guys, the like overly social gym people. The guy that literally talks to people more than he works out.
Yeah, that's
you know that guy?
Yeah, I've seen that guy. I don't know. I talk to who I go with, and I'll just give like a passing sup to people I know.
Like I heard him. He like went up to everybody. I guess he knew them, but like probably 6 or 7 different people, and had almost the same conversation with them, asking them like what they do, what workouts they do, and like what kind of things he should try. And
sounds like a Googleable answer.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'll try that. I'll try that." And then he just finally went back to his set. I just was like, interesting. It's like he's making he made all those people feel pretty important though. But then he went and talked to like every single person, so they're probably like,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a cynic when it comes to the gym. I just think
no,
you should.
I like go in and go out. You know?
Yeah, because I think it's just a nice time to work on yourself. You know, I like to go with people, and I talk at the gym. But
By the way, you heard it here first. There's going to be a transformation between what is today, March 3rd, Riley Cregan, and June 3rd, Riley Cregan.
oh yeah, you're gonna cut.
Totally different person.
You're gonna cut.
Cut, build, everything.
Wow,
Yep.
it's
Gotta-
gonna
gotta-
be
shout
bulking
out.
and cutting season.
Yep. Shout out to Davis Basin, made me a workout. Dude's kind of he's kind of weak, but
Yeah, that little guy.
little guy, and so I'm gonna try to seriously stick to it for the first time I've really seriously worked out consistently, or at least plan to.
Are you gonna
in
get on a
while.
meal plan?
I got some supplements.
Some subs.
I got some subs.
Nice.
Never taken subs before, so we'll see.
What kind of supplements did you get? Some BCAAs?
Yeah, some BCAAs, some CLS, I think. I don't know what that is. Some probiotics.
Yeah. Riley uses Cialis.
Make that the title of the podcast.
Riley uses Cialis. Cialis. Well, guys, that's about all the time we have for today.
We're really gonna end on Riley uses Cialis.
Sorry, man. If you have an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, please consult a medical professional.
Adam uses Vagisil.
Hey, sometimes the itch won't go away. Oof. Okay, now I feel like we can't end on that. But we're definitely gonna. I guess I use Vagisil. I'm cool with it. I'm not ashamed. Riley's obviously ashamed of his ED problem. So
I hope we didn't offend any listeners there. If you have ED,
I'm sorry. It's a serious problem and it shouldn't be joked about.
yeah.
This is also a sponsorship for Cialis. Hashtag ad. Anywho.
Yep, we the picture of this episode is gonna be a guy with some gray hair walking down a beach.
Yeah, with his obviously younger wife.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Anywho. We're a week away from spring break. Some of our listeners are on spring break. Some of us don't have a spring break. But me and Riley are going to stride it out. We're going to finish strong on this last week. There won't be an episode next week because we will both be out of town. But we'll I don't know. I won't be back for 2 weeks. Well, when are you going to come back?
Or like a normal person, I'm gonna come back when school starts.
Hey, I don't need the hate. I don't need the hate. Cialis does have moderate side effects of anger fits.
All right. Well, pretty sure.
What? No, for real. When do you get back though?
Back in the States, Saturday.
Back to do a podcast.
Back in Chapel Hill,
Yeah.
Sunday.
Do you want to
A week
host?
from
Do
today.
you want to host one?
Oh my goodness.
Do you want to do another solo hosting?
Absolutely.
Okay, there we go. That's the schedule. Next week, sorry, no podcast, spring break. The following week, it's going to be another Just Riley episode. I hope you guys have a great week. Follow us on Twitter at Sports and Stuff. That's SP0RTS, the letter N, and the word stuff. We will. Riley will see you guys in 2 weeks. I'll see you guys in 3. I'll miss you. And I hope you guys have a great week.
Bye, guys.